A peninsula divided, the history of two Koreas. Korea, once a unified kingdom for centuries, was divided in the aftermath of World War II. This division was not just a simple line on a map, but a profound separation that would shape the destinies of millions of people. The Korean peninsula, rich in history and culture, found itself at the center of a geopolitical struggle that would have lasting impacts on the region and the world. The peninsula became a battleground for Cold War ideologies, with the Soviet Union backing a communist North and the United States supporting a capitalist South. This ideological clash was not just about political systems, but also about the future direction of the Korean people. The North, under Soviet influence, embraced a centralized, state-controlled economy, while the South, with American support, pursued a path of market-driven growth and democratic governance. In 1950, tensions escalated into the Korean War, a devastating conflict that solidified the division of the peninsula. The war brought immense suffering and destruction, with millions of lives lost and countless families torn apart. The Korean War was not just a local conflict, but a significant episode in the broader Cold War, drawing in forces from around the world and leaving a legacy of bitterness and division. Despite a ceasefire agreement in 1953, the two Koreas remained technically at war, separated by a heavily fortified border. The Demilitarized Zone, or DMZ, became one of the most militarized borders in the world, symbolizing the deep-seated hostilities and the ongoing state of conflict. This division has had profound implications for the Korean peninsula, affecting everything from politics and economics to the daily lives of ordinary people. The Democratic People's Republic of Korea, or North Korea, emerged under the authoritarian rule of Kim Il-sung and his successors. The regime in the north established a highly centralized and repressive state, characterized by a cult of personality around its leaders and a rigid control over all aspects of life. North Korea's isolationist policies and focus on military strength have led to widespread poverty and human rights abuses, creating a stark contrast with its southern neighbor. The Republic of Korea, or South Korea, developed into a vibrant democracy with a thriving market economy. South Korea's remarkable economic growth, often referred to as the miracle on the Han River, transformed it into one of the world's leading economies. The country embraced technological innovation, cultural exports like K-pop and cinema, and a robust democratic system, making it a global powerhouse and a stark contrast to the north. The division of Korea has had profound consequences for the Korean people, separating families and hindering economic and cultural exchange. The human cost of this division is immeasurable, with generations growing up without knowing their relatives across the border. Efforts at reconciliation and reunification have been sporadic and fraught with challenges, reflecting the deep-seated mistrust and political complexities that continue to define inter-Korean relations. Despite these challenges, the dream of reunification persists, holding the promise of a brighter future for all Koreans. The vision of a unified Korea where families are reunited and the peninsula thrives as a single harmonious entity remains a powerful and enduring aspiration. While the path to reunification is fraught with obstacles, the hope for a peaceful and prosperous future continues to inspire efforts towards dialogue and cooperation. One Korea, two systems, political challenges of unification. The political landscape of a unified Korea presents both opportunities and challenges. The most significant hurdle would be reconciling the vastly different political systems of North and South Korea. The transition from an authoritarian regime to a democratic society in North Korea would be a complex and delicate process. Integrating North Korea's political elite and military into a unified Korea would require careful negotiation and potential compromises. The issue of leadership and governance in a unified Korea would be paramount. Finding a leader who could bridge the ideological divide and garner support from both North and South Koreans would be crucial. Establishing a unified legal framework, constitution, and system of governance that respects the values of both North and South Korea would be essential for a successful unification process. Bridging the gap: economic integration and disparities. The economic integration of North and South Korea would be a monumental task. It involves not just merging two economies, but also reconciling decades of political, social, and cultural differences. The process would require careful planning and cooperation from both sides. The two economies have diverged significantly since the division, with South Korea boasting a modern, technologically advanced economy and North Korea struggling with isolation and underdevelopment. South Korea's economy is driven by high-tech industries, global trade, and innovation, while North Korea's economy remains largely agrarian and state-controlled. Addressing the vast economic disparities between the two Koreas would require significant investment and resources. This includes not only financial capital, but also human capital, technology transfer, and infrastructure development. International aid and investment could play a crucial role in this transformation. Upgrading North Korea's infrastructure, industries, and workforce to meet South Korean standards would be a long-term endeavor. This would involve modernizing transportation networks, building new factories, and providing education and training to the North Korean workforce to equip them with the skills needed in a modern economy. The integration of North Korea's workforce into South Korea's market economy could present challenges, including potential unemployment and wage disparities. There would be a need for policies to manage these issues, such as job creation programs, wage subsidies, and social safety nets to support those affected by the transition. However, it also offers the potential for economic growth and development in both regions. A unified Korea could leverage the strengths of both economies, creating new opportunities for businesses and individuals. The combined market size and resources could attract more foreign investment and enhance the country's global economic standing. The discovery and development of natural resources in North Korea could provide an economic boost to a unified Korea. These resources, if managed well, could help finance the integration process and contribute to long-term economic stability and growth. However, managing these resources responsibly and equitably would be crucial. Ensuring that the benefits of resource development are shared fairly among all citizens would be essential to maintaining social harmony and preventing new forms of inequality from emerging. Section 4. Cultural harmony or clash. Social impacts of unification. The social and cultural integration of North and South Korea would be a gradual and multifaceted process. Despite sharing a common heritage, decades of separation have led to distinct cultural identities and social norms. Addressing potential prejudices and stereotypes between North and South Koreans would be crucial for fostering social harmony. Promoting cultural exchange programs and educational initiatives could help bridge the cultural divide. Reunification would likely lead to significant migration flows between North and South Korea. Managing these flows and ensuring the equitable distribution of resources and opportunities would be essential. Integrating North Korea's education and healthcare systems into a unified Korea would require substantial investment and reform. Addressing disparities in access to quality education and healthcare would be crucial for social equity. Section 5. A New Korea on the World Stage. International implications. The unification of Korea would have far-reaching international implications, reshaping the geopolitical landscape of Northeast Asia and beyond. This monumental event would not only alter the balance of power in the region, but also have significant ripple effects across the globe. The emergence of a unified Korea would necessitate a re-evaluation of existing alliances and partnerships as countries adjust to the new dynamics. A unified Korea would emerge as a significant economic and political power in the region. With its combined resources, technological advancements, and human capital, Korea could become a major player on the world stage. The economic integration of the North and South would likely lead to a surge in development and innovation, attracting investments and fostering growth. The role of major powers like the United States, China, Japan, and Russia in a unified Korea would require careful negotiation and diplomacy. Each of these countries has vested interests in the Korean Peninsula, and their involvement would be crucial in ensuring a smooth transition. Diplomatic efforts would need to focus on balancing these interests while promoting stability and cooperation. Ensuring peace and stability on the Korean Peninsula would be a shared interest for all stakeholders. The unification process would need to address historical tensions and conflicts, fostering a spirit of reconciliation and mutual understanding. International organizations and neighboring countries would play a pivotal role in supporting this peace-building process. The denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula would be a top priority for the international community. A unified Korea would need to work closely with global powers to dismantle its nuclear arsenal and ensure that the region remains free of nuclear weapons. This process would involve rigorous inspections, transparency, and a commitment to non-proliferation. Verifying and dismantling North Korea's nuclear weapons program would be a complex and challenging process. It would require the expertise and cooperation of international bodies, such as the United Nations and the International Atomic Energy Agency. The success of this endeavor would be critical in building trust and ensuring long-term peace in the region. A unified Korea could play a constructive role in regional and global affairs, promoting peace, security, and economic cooperation. By leveraging its strategic position and fostering strong diplomatic ties, Korea could become a bridge between East and West, facilitating dialogue and collaboration on various global issues. However, navigating the complexities of international relations and building trust with its neighbors would be crucial. Korea would need to engage in continuous dialogue, confidence-building measures, and collaborative initiatives to ensure that its unification leads to a more stable and prosperous region. The journey towards a unified Korea would be challenging, but with concerted efforts and international support, it holds the promise of a brighter future for the Korean Peninsula and beyond.